Well, through their first 14 games of the season, the Boston Bruins are 10-2-2 with the second most points in the NHL. And we're going to dive into the Bruins' success through the first part of the season tonight. Joining us, nobody better than Joey McDonald, longtime Bruins writer, now with the Worcester Telegram and Gazette. And Joe, first question is, what's the assessment from this Bruins team? I don't think many of us had them at 10-2-2 to start.
No, Maury, you're right. I certainly didn't have this team, having this much success early on. And you have to give a lot of credit to the veteran core here. With so many young faces in the lineup this year, with new faces in the lineup, guys like Zdeno Chara, Torrey Krug going to play elsewhere, this team really came together quick. And even though they've had a bunch of injuries to start, they've relied on the depth, they've relied on the youth, and it's turned into success so far this year. And they're getting contributions throughout the lineup. Bruce Cassidy is very happy with the way things are going right now. So you're right, Maury. At the start of this season, I would have said, nope, this wasn't going to happen for this team. And now it looks like that window that everybody thought was closed is now opened up a little bit more. So we'll have to see what happens the rest of the way.
Joe, you mentioned the losses of Chara and Krug. How have the Bruins done so well in their absence this early on?
Well, basically, it came down to giving younger prospects an opportunity more, and that's why Zdeno Chara left. The Bruins sat down with him during the offseason, and they said, look, in order for you to kind of stay in the mix here, you're going to have a reduced role because we want to give these younger prospects that we've developed in Providence, we want to give them an opportunity because it's their time. And he decided, obviously, to go to Washington, and now you're seeing players like Zaboral, Lozon. I mean, they're playing outstanding. You get a guy like Kevin Miller back in the lineup after almost 2 years off, and he's been one of the better defensemen this season, which has been unbelievable for them, which is good. And then you have a guy like Charlie McAvoy, who has played very well. And I've said it, I've written it. People think maybe I'm kind of nuts, but because Zdeno Chara is not here, it's almost like there's a pressure lifted off these young defensemen, especially a guy like Charlie McAvoy. Now, he can go out, play his game, and we're seeing that right now. So that's a big reason why these younger players have had success early on.
You pinpoint a few of the good players that have played well and stepped up in their absence of Chara and Krug. Any other players that have surprised you for this start and or maybe a position group that has exceeded expectations?
Well, the big thing that I like is the additions that they've had. And you look at a guy like Craig Smith, he's a veteran, but he plays that Bruins type of style. And we've seen that, especially with him on the third line with Charlie Coyle at different points this season. That's been a very solid tandem right there. But then a guy like Nick Ritchie, Maury, I got to tell you, a season ago, I was down on this guy, and a lot of people were as well. But something happened at some point during, I think they were in the bubble, that, Zdeno Chara and Ritchie had a little bit of a conversation, and Chara basically told him, look, you're playing for the Boston Bruins, an original six team, and we expect a certain, work ethic and attitude here in Boston, and you're going to give Ritchie a lot of credit. He came in this year, he's in good shape, he's playing well, and I think he surprised a lot of people. So if you look at the newcomers that they've added, along with the youth, I think it's just been a good mix so far, and there's a lot of chemistry to like about this team.
We get it's early on, but the Bruins are right there in the Stanley Cup race and the conversation, but they're far from a finished product. Where do you see a few areas of growth and improvement that they need to make as the course of the season plays out?
Well, we talk about it every year, Maury, right? It's health, and that's the biggest thing. You still have guys, like right now, you have Matt Grzelcyk and Zaboral, who are out of the lineup for Thursday's game. You have a guy like Kasha, who they brought him in here to play with David Krejci, and he's been out. So I think once this team gets healthy, the way it's currently constituted, you have to like a lot about this team, especially starting with the goaltending. You've got Tuukka Rask and you've got Yaroslav Halak that have been playing extremely well, especially a guy like Tuukka. I questioned it. I really did. I didn't know what type of performance he was going to, after after opting out of the bubble in July, what he was going to be like coming in, and he's played well. So the biggest thing, Maury, I think, is just getting everyone healthy to see exactly what they have. And this could be a very dangerous team down the stretch, or, not down the stretch, but a very dangerous team once everyone is healthy.
And last question for you. I see you have the Bishop Feehan logo on the quarter zip today. I know you're very close to the A.J. Quetta family and the hockey program there at Bishop Feehan. And we saw the great video today of all of his teammates there as he came out of Mass General and he's going down to Atlanta. What's the latest you can tell us from inside the program?
Yeah, Maury, that was pretty emotional to see the hockey team there at MGH this morning and having a nice little honor guard as AJ was transferred from MGH down to Atlanta. He's got at least 3 months, at Shepherd Rehabilitation Center down in Atlanta, and he's got a long road. But the biggest thing from the family is the support has been unbelievable, and there is nothing like the hockey community. The outreach from, you're talking about youth, the youth level, the high school level, the college level, the professional level. What the Boston Bruins have done, what Bishop Feehan has done, it's been unbelievable. And the Quetta family, they certainly appreciate it. And I know AJ does as well. And it was good to see that picture of him the other day at MGH with a smile on his face. But this is going to be, a tough road ahead. But if there's one kid that can pull it off, it's going to be AJ. And let's hope that he does.
Joe McDonald, thanks so much for hopping on the Tuesday Night Sports Wrap with us. And as always, we'll have you back again soon.
Thanks, Maury.